Diko graphic skills with creativity.
Please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified when we post new videos.
Yeah, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Diko graphic. Today I want to share with us how we can just come up with a simple uh, petty flyer on our Android smartphone using our PixelLab as usual. So here we are going to just learn a simple tricks how we can come up with a very astonishing flyer, very captivating that can portray and communicate our mind to society. So, as we all know that when we're talking about the graphics, even most especially flyer, we're talking about the visual identity, just a way of using font, image stacks, and the color, combine them together to communicate our mind to the society. So today, without wasting much of our time, let's dive into this as I'm going to show you step by step how you can come up with a night party flyer, very simple and very straightforward. And we are going to we are not going to make the design busy. That is one of the first thing, because as a graphic designer you should be able to know how to utilize your space very well, and you look at how many font are you going to combine that will really portray and draw attention of people watching or looking at the flyer. So right now I have all the resources being downloaded to my phone, so I'm going to my gallery, then use one of those resources as a background, as you can see. So after that, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to import the image, because that one will serve me, give me a guideline on how to where to type the text I'm going to type, where I'm going to streamline them, and I'm going to gauge them. So now I will have this one being locked. So after locking this one, then the next thing I'm going to do, let me put a finishing touch. Let your aspect ratio should be 100 by 100, the width and the height. So after that, the next thing we're going to do is to tap on this and then bring out this particular shapes. So we are going to crop the shape along this particular area. You can position it well, but I find it very let me see, very simple and very professional to be placing it here. So we crop it a little bit and we forget this one here. So then, but we have to give it a color, so let's give it a black color. To make the black color rhyme with the color, because those are the little mistakes we graphic designer normally make. The blacker will have variety of blacks. You're getting it. To be sure, or to make it uniform, you have to use your color picker, tap from this cloth, the black, so that everything will look the same. And as you can see, if you want to use your color picker, you use it very well, so that you will not just tap the color that is not balanced. So you look at the area where you want to tap, you look at it critically, then you tap it. Very good. Now, after you must have positioned this one here to make the black, to make it show very well. We are going there and bring this color effect, which I'm going to position around this place. Then I will go back to my layer and send it back. Can you see? So that for the black to show, but it won't be at the edge of this. It has to come up a little bit. Can you see? Then I'm going to move it inside. So after position like that, I'm moving it inside, then let it calm down. So just that particular the edge where this thing lay, that is the area where it's useful for me. So after positioning it that way, I will lock it as well. Then we can start with other work since it has been locked. So now right now I've positioned that one there. So I'm going back to the tab. I'm going back to the tab. Then go to my text area. Just type 10. Bring down PM. So everything should be in capital letter. So because I want to use T-tongue fonts. The T-tongue font look like a Biba's font and a Go Bold font, but it's somehow tiny, unlike the other font. So this is how it will look when you download. You will call it stick tongue font. Now you see how it's shown. So now that we have this, then the next thing that we're going to do is to make sure that everything is actually rhyme and it's being aligned very well. So right now I'm going to the space and I'm going to give a space. Then I'm going to treat them separately so that you can actually work together. So now that I'm having like that, I will position it here. After position there, then I will bring it down a little bit to fit in around this place. Now go to the size and reduce the size to the minimal level. So after that, I'm going to I'm going to copy, then delete the 10. So after deleting it, I will be able to deal with this separately by going to size and reduce the size very well. So after that, it means this has not been locked. So very good. So after that, I'm going to delete the PM here because I'm thinking of making it align. So right now, I'm going to tap on this, then use my relative position to move it to that side, use my movement arrow a little bit to make sure that it align well. So right now this is where the work is, because you have to make sure that everything the two align. So if possible, we are going to give an obvious we're going to increase this to make it align. We check whether we can bold it to make it look awesome. Since the 10 should be obvious before they will be checking whether it is the morning or afternoon or the night. So the hierarchy we are giving the 10 will be more higher than the PM. Then because the 10 will be the one to draw the attention to the PM. So now we are bringing this down. But the alignment I'm talking about to make it look more professional is to make sure that the two really align together. So after that, we lock it and we are going to copy. After copy it, we are going to type match to MR. So after tapping the MR, we are going to use our relative position to move it like this. Then because it's too tiny, our hand might not be able to move it well. So after that, we bring it down here. Then we'll go to rotation. We rotate exactly like this to 90 degree. Now we are using our relative position to move it. The reason why I start from this angle is to make sure that because it is very simple to do but somehow technical, and any little mistake here can spoil the whole design. So now that we have this, we can use the same font for the text. Why? Because the font are not good for numbering. Yeah, note that. Some people normally come out of it, asking many questions. How did you know the right font to use? You know the right font by looking at them one after the other. You know how it look, and in understanding the basic aspect of hierarchy and the high alignment principle, you should be able to know the font that are fitting in this and font that are not fit in that. So I just look at it that the font can work there because of the display. So now we are good with this. This actually done. So we are going to our text area at this juncture. Then we have only club. You see only club present. Only club present. You can see. Then we go to our font. Then the font I want to use is called Archivo. Oh, I'm thinking of using Archivo. Archivo. Then we reduce the size to a minimal level at our choice. Now we move it and give it a little space in between. So let it just be around there. So now we can go to bold. Let's see whether we can bold a little. Then we go to the space in between alphabet. Then we are going to increase exactly like this. So we shouldn't be let it to be too much. Then we can go back to the size of the text reduce it if possible to 20. 20. So look at them, 20. So this is absolutely great. Now we are going to type DJ night party. You can see DJ night party. So we are using the same font called Steton. Steton. STEELTONG X. So it look exactly like this. You can go to your padding, enable the padding. Why do I do this? Because I want all the text to show at the left, both the left and the right. Then I will increase the size a little bit, and that will be around this particular area. Now that I'm having that, now I'll go back to my text area, then type party. So we have party because it is a dinner party. So we have this, as you can see. Then the font that we are going to use for this should be a slant font that will be able. So I will have a champion font. Champion font. That is the font I'm going to use. Then if it's shown like that, make everything to be in small letter so that it will be okay. So very good. So now we are going to the size, increase the size. Then you can see where I told what I told you about the padding. All the text are not showing, some are hidden. Then to make it shown, you have to use your padding left and right. So after you use it that way, you increase the size to your own taste and you position it around there at the top of this. Now we can now free to go to our color picker to pick the color of those of this pattern. Then you increase everything, so let it be positioned there. And if you don't want to, you do look at that, we can actually make it more bolder a little bit so that it can have a stay in that, or we'll make it to look exactly like this so that it will actually plump, or we change the color entirely if we like, because the beauty of any design is to make everything look real. So let me reselect the color and select this, so let everything come out very good. So let's go for that. So now the next thing we are going to do, we type the special guest. Special guest. So you can see special guest. So let's make it to be in landscape. Sorry. So we have special guest. Very good. Then we go to our font without wasting much of our time. Then we use Archivo Italic. When you download them, then you see their font family. Everything will come out and you see them. Don't forget the alignment principle. So we reduce and position this here, as you can see. Then we can give a spacing between the letters to make it fit in. Now we have this. Now we are going back. This is where we apply the wisdom. So we are going to DJ. We have DJ Natasha. So let's say we have DJ Nasas. Then and we have a // DJ Diko. DJ Diko. Now we have this. So the funny thing is that we are applying two fonts at the same time to this particular write-up. So when you look at this side, you can actually go there and select the one you want to give a specific font to. So I'm going to Archivo Italic. I gave it to that. Then Roboto we carry cabin font we carry this one. Then I'm going to the second one. I'm still applying Archivo Italic. Then I'm going to the last one, which you can see. I'm going to the last one and given cabin. So I will go back here because it has tapped a little out of here. So I'm giving it Archivo. Then we'll go back here and giving it, you select the one that you want to give something to. So now that we have this, Then you can now go ahead by what? We go ahead by position this way. But I discover something. This thing has been changed somehow. So I will go here, go back. It should be the same font. So something is happening here. So I'm going back to it and deselect. So let's look at this. Then it should be the same thing. Okay, meaning it is in the, it was written in capital letter. So which means at this juncture, what we need to do is to apply different font. Then we think about the font that we can use that can actually work in that particular area. So the font that we are going to still use is called a cabin, but it has to be cabin. So let's look at this. So it could be cabin italic, as you can see. So we come here again, we give a cabin italic. So that will actually plumb. So we have a cabin italic. So now that we have this, everything is already scattered. Then you go to auto save and just bring out your work. Very simple. Then go and reapply what we just did to make the work. Some people will look at it and my work scatter. What we now the next thing to do? It's very simple. Just go to auto save. They already prepared for that. It has been prepared already. Any problem we might be encounter as a result of that has already been addressed. So now that we have that, then we position it, let it be aligned. We position it here. Then we go to increase and increase the size a bit. You can see. So now we have the next thing that we're going to do, we put our write up into the last one. So we are going here, copy. So we don't need to go and reselect. So we have entry. We have entry. That is $20. $20. Then we have slash. Then we have parking free. As you can see, we have parking free as usual. Double slash, then drinks. This is just a sample anyway. So now we are positioned this here. There should be a better space in between. So let's reduce the size if possible. Reduce the size to something like a 17. Very good. And everything is actually plumb, as you can see. So let's move this one down a bit. Let it come down. Then we bring this one down a bit as well. Then the guest speaker should be bringing down as well. Now we have everything being saved. We have everything being saved and arranged the way we want. So let's go to bold and bold this. So now everything is actually plumb. Now the next thing that we're going to do is to add a shadow to this. So we go to our shadow reduce, click on plus sign reduce. Your blur radius should be reduced to something like 5. Enable the outer glow and increase the offset Y to something like a 5 or 6. So reduce this, move this a little bit. So and the offset should be moved a bit too because of the position where it is. Blur radius is accurate. Let's look at this, should be like this. Very good. So now that we have that, then we go back to shadow again. Then let's move it and see something. Okay, we actually work on the second one. Okay. So it's still okay. We are working on second one exactly. So it's okay. Then we go to, let's go to the TJ92. So we are applying the shadow for that. Reduce. Opacity should be reduced. Blur radius should be like 6. Then outer glow should be like 5 or 6. So then you'll be watching as you are clicking it. So now plumb, everything is actually okay. So this one you can just apply a shadow a bit, reduce everything, just a little shadow, blur radius reduce, click OK. Now the result is accurate. So thanks for watching. I believe this is helpful in one way or the other, and I believe we learned something. God bless you. God bless you. Just have everything being saved. Your dimension should be ultra. I don't normally merge my design. Why? Because I don't want it to look quality. Merging an image or object or text in PixelLab normally lose quality, make the design lose quality. Take note of that. It's better you arrange manually and you position everything the way you want it. Thanks for watching. God bless you.